Alright, let's continue writing our code. So we'll first need to import env. So from .env import load.env, and using this function we can load environment variables which we declared in .env file. So OpenAI key and ElevenLabs key. Okay, so if you don't have it, go to Chrome and then sign up for ElevenLabs, and they give out like 10,000 of credits which you can use. So you can create your API key and use it. So go to API keys and you can generate that key. Okay, once you have that, paste it here, and for OpenAI also you can go to settings and copy your OpenAI key. Then then you need to do load .env function. Now this will load all the environment variables. Now we can make use of those variables. Okay, then import OS and then import base64. Okay, then from fast API import fast API request. Then from fast API dot response import HTML response. Okay, and then from fast API dot static files import static files. Then from fast API dot middleware dot cors import cors middleware. Okay, then from pydantic import base model. Okay, then import OpenAI. Okay, actually we will use the new method to import the OpenAI. So for that, from OpenAI import OpenAI. Okay, and import RE, because we will write short regex expression. Okay, then we will write this script. Okay, so first thing, we will initialize this OpenAI client. So client equal to OpenAI and API key equal to. So from environment variable we will load that this key. Okay, this value. So os dot get env and that key name. So OpenAI key value, I will just copy this and use it here. Okay, so for you obviously this is some placeholder text, it will be a real key, and here also a real key. Okay, then we also need to import request also. Okay, so import. Okay, so here again we will define one variable for ElevenLab API key. Okay, os dot get env and the key name ElevenLabs API key. Okay, let's save it, and then we also need a voice ID. Okay, so this value you will get it from, if you go to ElevenLabs, you can click hear the voices and select its ID. So let's hear this Krishna or this what is this, Prince Noori or Ortani. Okay, let's copy Indian Krishna voice, copy voice ID. Okay, and then let's go to our code. Okay, paste its id. Let's save it. Then first we will create app instance, app equal to fast api, then app dot add middleware, add underscore middleware. So here we will add our course policy, so we will only allow request from certain domains. So for now I will allow all of them since we are in the development, so later you can add particular domains only, so allow those domains only. Then allow origins equal to, so I will allow all, and allow underscore methods, again every method, and then allow underscore headers equal to all methods, all headers. Okay, now so we will serve this front end application, right? So this front end dot html, so here we will show that UI, podcast UI, right? So that we need to attach it here, so we will write app dot mount static folder, and this will be a static files, and directory equal to static, and name is also static. Okay, okay, then next is so app dot get on slash route, it will response class equal to HTML response. We will define the class here, and then we will define the function. Okay, so async dep serve underscore home. Okay, now with open equal to static slash frontend dot html. Okay, so r as f, and html underscore content equal to f dot read, and we will return its data. So html response content equal to html content with status code equal to 200. Okay, so basically what we are doing here is whenever someone visits the home page, we will read the contents from this static slash frontend.html, and we will serve it. Basically we render it and show that with the status code of 200, which is by default success code. 200 is for success. Okay, then let's say on that UI someone submits the podcast idea, right? Now we need a way to capture that topic, and then we will generate it, right? So for that we will define the http post request. So app dot post and slash generate, so someone submits the form to a generate route. Yeah, then this function async dep generate podcast. Okay, and it will have data of topic request. Okay, now this topic request we need to define this type. So let's just go here at top, maybe. Yep, topic request. So this will be a class and base model from the pydantic, which we defined at the top. Okay, and here the type is basically topic. It will have topic and it will be in the string format. Okay, and that's its type. And this is the function definition. We will write our code here. So what is our, so this generation, right, podcast generation happens in two steps. First is we generate the script transcript from the OpenAI, and second step is we send that transcripts to the ElevenLabs with the voice ID. Yeah, that's as simple as it is. So let's just define the prompt for the first step. Okay, so it will have dynamic variables, so that's why f equal to, so I will write a simple prompt, create a 1 minute podcast, and yeah, keep this 1 minute or under 1 minute for now, because in free credits it will take a lot of credits, right? So yeah, for testing purpose this is fine. So for 1 minute podcast script about the dynamic value which we will get from the form submission on the front end, right? So the dynamic value is, we will put it in the brackets, so data dot topic. Okay, and I will add /n/n for the better instructions. I will say make use of intro music. So we also need this kind of tags, right? So we can detect like when to start the intro music and when to start the background music and when to stop it, right? So that's why we need to give the prompt that use the proper tags. Okay, so background music starts, yep, and then we also need a third tag like outro music. So if the podcast is going to end, we will play that simple music. Okay, now this is a very simple prompt, like create a 1 minute podcast script and make use of those kind of tags, so we can start and pause the music based on that. Now next things are really simple, like response. We will store the things in response variable. So client, this client is basically the one object we created from the OpenAI, the instance. Yeah, so we'll make request here, client.chat completions create, and here we will make use of for GPT-4 model. There are lots of models available, right? Yeah, so I think 4 results are, I mean, okay, good. So if you make use of 3.5 turbo, right, it will give very fast results, but quality is kind of messed up, I guess. I don't know, but yeah, 4 is decent good. So and next is messages. So here I will add role, and then it is user, and the content for it is prompt. Okay, and then I will also add limitations on max tokens utilization. Okay, max tokens equal to 500. Okay, now this is done. Once we get the response, we will store it in the script variable, because that is our script, right? So script equal to response dot choices in the first array dot message dot content dot strip. So we will get the clean string, and we will also clean it again, clean script equal to strp strip stage directions. So this is the function which we will create now. Okay, so why I am doing this, right? Because I want to show on the UI without this kind of nonsense, right? So that's why I am cleaning it. So we will define this Okay, let's define it at the top, right? Let's do it above the class. Let's close this GitHub sessions. Okay, so here we will define this definition function, and then text, it will accept text, and it will remove that intro background and things like that, right? So return, so regex dot substring, then r double quotes slash, so we will detect the square brackets. Yep, and the text can be anything, and the ending square bracket. Okay, and it will be replaced with a blank string, and we want to perform it on text variable. So let's just verify it again. Our regex dot substring, we want to replace the square bracket, anything in between, and the ending square bracket. So here, see, and the second parameter is we want to replace it with the blank string and perform it on text variable. Okay, let's save this. Let's go back to our clean script we got here. Then now we need to do the second step. Once we got the script, second step is to generate the audio from the ElevenLabs. So here we will do that. So here we need to prepare some things before that. So headers, so here xi API key, and here we need to pass that ElevenLabs API key which we defined at top, which is eventually coming from the environment variable. Then next is content type. So content type, and this will be a application slash JSON request. Then TTS underscore payload, sorry, TTS, so text to speech, yeah, equal to this object, and here we need to pass text. So here again we will clean that thing, clean script, yeah. Then what we need to do is, okay, wait, we already have this clean script in the clean script, right? Okay, so we don't need to call it again, we can just make use of that here. Okay, then next is model ID. So here let's just use the simple one and less costly. You can refer to their talks. So 11 monolingual version 1 v1. Okay, then the next settings are for the voice settings. So voice settings, and this is basic setting, like stability is 0.7, 0.7, and then similar boost. Okay, similarity boost 0.75. Okay, now this is done. Now what we need to define is TTS underscore URL, so it will make request to this actually so dynamic string https // API dot 11labs dot io slash v1 slash text to speech slash the voice ID that we want to use, which we define at the top, right? This one. Okay, then next is audio response, which we will get from our this request, right? So audio response equal to request dot post. We'll make post request to this URL, TTS URL, with headers equal to the headers we defined at the top, and JSON body equal to the TTS payload which we just built, right? This one, TTS payload. So TTS payload. Okay, so once we make the post request, we will get the response in audio response variable. So here we will just simple check if audio response dot status code not equal to 200, which means if it is not success, then we will just return the error, right? Return in JSON error TTS text to speech generation failed. Okay, otherwise if it is success, then audio underscore base 64 equal to base 64 dot b64 encode audio response dot content, okay, dot decode utf8. So basically we will decode it, so we can load it on the UI. Okay, and that's how we will get our audio base 64, and at last we will return this, return script, the script and the audio. Base 64. Okay, so once this is done, yeah, our code is almost ready. We just need to write the front end. So in front end we will take the podcast title, and then it will come to this request in generate. Then it will look at the prompt. Okay, I need to generate the podcast script from that topic. Then it will generate the script. Then we will clean the script and this simple refactoring that we need to make the request to ElevenLabs. Then we will make the request to ElevenLabs with that script. Then we will get the response, and in return we will send the script and that audio.